There can be a lot of work that goes into gardening, such as seed shopping. That can be a burden in itself because it's very easy to end up getting too many seeds. Once you've selected all your seeds and you've told yourself no more, you've bought enough, you have to decide where you're going to put them. I draw. Oh, let me get that in frame. This is last year's. Oh, it's upside down. There, is that better? Okay, so I will replicate the position of the beds and all that, and then I'll fill it in with my idea for this year. So you just think about previous years, where you've placed stuff. Did it work well? Did it not? Do I like that trellis there? Did that plant block the sunlight of the other plant? Can I walk through that area because I planted that? Just different things like that. And you plan it out. There are apps for this, but I'm a pencil and paper kind of person. So you got to do that. You got to buy seeds, you got to plan, and then you got to start your seeds. And we're going to be doing that very, very soon. I got microgreens down there. And once you've started your seeds, you then have to keep up with them and not kill them. And then you get to plant them out at the correct time. So while you're also planning for your garden, make sure you are familiar with the requirements of everything that you plan on starting from seed and follow those directions. You can Google your average last frost date, put in your zip code, like average last frost date for zip code, and it'll pop up. You'll be able to figure it out. And then you, on that day, look at the forecast. And if it's still going to be cold, like not freezing, but it's still going to be cold, it's going to be lows in the 40s or 30s, don't plant your tomatoes and peppers and stuff like that. You need to wait another week. Look at the forecast, the 10-day forecast, and see how things are looking, and then plant from there. I usually wait a week. Bush beans or pole beans. I have purple and dragon tongue here. This sort of plant is best direct sown when the weather is warm, and they don't take long. The bush beans don't take long. You can actually succession plant bush beans throughout the summer and get a harvest. They don't take long at all. And these are my favorite way to fill spaces that they have just a little section there where I don't have something that I want to plant there, but I want to fill the space. I fill all my extra spaces with bush beans. Squashes, summer squash, winter squash, pumpkins, all those are also best direct sown. You can start them inside, but they're best direct sown, according to seed packets that I have read. So this is not stuff I made up, this is stuff I've read, just so you know. And you wait till it's warm out. I'm actually going to wait till June to plant mine because I want my squash bugs that are hiding out there to starve. Lettuce you can plant out early. Kale, all your brassicas can actually go out 3 to 4 weeks before your average last frost date. Corn, wait till it's warm. Tomato and peppers, eggplant, wait till it's warm, like a week after your average last frost date, just so you're safe. Some people even wait 2 weeks. You just gotta look at that forecast. If my lows are gonna be in the 50s or high 40s for the 10-day forecast, I'm comfortable with planting. If my lows are still gonna be in the lower 40s and 30s, I do not plant tomatoes or peppers or eggplant. 3 to 4 weeks before your average last frost date. I get tied up on saying that. That's why I pause every time I'm trying to get the words out. Anywho, 3 to 4 weeks before that, you can plant your root vegetables, your beets, your radishes, your carrots, your turnips. They do very, very well in the cold temperatures. They'll still germinate, they'll still grow, and they'll be sweeter, and they won't bolt. Your radishes will bolt once it gets hot, so harvest them before that happens. And your turnips will be fine. So yeah. Oh, onions, chives, leeks, shallots. Those can also be planted 3 to 4 weeks before your average last frost date. You just pick the day you think you want to plant them, and you go back 8 weeks from there. So that's where you really got to think. And then you realize, oh, it's February, creeped up on me, here in my area anyways. So I actually need to start my onion seeds this week in order to be in that time frame. There's so many more things we could talk about, like herbs. Herbs are different. It just depends on the herb. Some are hardy, some are perennial, some are annual. It really just depends. So read the back of your seed packet and know what you're doing and when you're doing it before you do it. Plan it out. Another part of your planning process is to make sure you have the proper equipment. So I'm going to show you the table. I've got plenty of the proper equipment. These are my containers for either starting seeds or for up potting. Now I'm not sure if you can really see, so I'm going to get you in real close. Ridiculous, right? Oh, camera strap. A lot of these things are kitchen food items that I saved. They're great for up potting. If you have a small space and you want to willy-nilly, go for it. If things get screwed up because you willy-nillied and didn't plan, blame yourself. Okay, I'm going to show you something that is not cute. So I work as a contractor. I make my own schedule. This is my calendar book for work. I had it. See how many years this book lasted? Yeah. This is the section of the book where it's May of last year. So I leave myself notes. So it's planting day, which means everything I have can go out if I haven't already put it out. And I also want to direct sow these things because they do better direct sown. Or they grow so stinking fast that you don't need to start them inside. Okay, now we'll go back to April. I made myself a note to start my kale, spinach, pax, box, chamomile, Swiss chard. Start these things here. This is all based on the back of the seed packet. You don't start everything 6 to 8 weeks early. Some things it's just 4. I want to make sure I bought sweet potato slips by this date. I'm going to harden off my brassicas, early herbs, onions, and leeks, and I'm going to sow these things, like I said before, and I forgot to mention peas is a great one to sow early. So I'm going to sow peas, radish, carrot, turnip, beets early, and so on and so forth. When I'm going to harden off, when I'm going to direct sow, when I'm going to transplant. All this paper and organization, mental stuff could be in an app. There are apps out there for this. I don't want to pay for one, and I like the visual reminder. I open up my work calendar book, and I'm like, oh yeah, don't forget, this Sunday you planned on doing blah, 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 blah. What if I never open the app? And then I forget. I am kind of like obsessed with gardening, so I probably wouldn't forget, but still, that's beside the point. So I got me a fresh piece of paper. I'm going to draw out my garden, plan everything, and this is actually the end of this calendar book. I got a new one. So I'm actually going to write down my planning as well. And I'll use this one as a reference instead of like reading every single seed packet because that takes a really long time. Like I was trying to be so like exact that it took me hours to plan what I just showed you. And then this will take me hours as well, but I enjoy it. I love it. So it's all right. So when I'm done, I'll show you the plan that I made and when I'm doing everything. And that way, if my videos come out later, then, obviously I make a video, it has to be edited and then it has to be posted. So you're not going to see what I'm doing on the day I'm doing it. But you'll be able to see what I plan on doing. My average last frost date is April 30th. So if yours is near that, you can reference my notes. I'll leave them here at the end of the video for you. Finally, get to show you. So we have our blueberries and raspberries, and then I have to still write down where I planted all the grapes because I forgot. I have to go out there and look. Sweet potato, blackberry, elderberry, and then the pumpkin patch here, we're going to plant trumpet vine along the fencing, and then corn in front of that or behind it, however you want to look at it. And then we'll line up a bunch of grow bags out there for the pumpkin patch. I don't have any beds out there, and I don't want to plant in the ground. And so that will grow out there. And we're going to wait for all the melons and squashes and pumpkins and all that, we're going to wait till the end of May. That way the squash bugs starve. And over here in the main garden, this is where we walk out into the patio. And our 2 beds here. You know what, how about I just stand outside? So our 2 wooden beds are right here. And we'll do onions and shallots, leeks along here, carrots and beets. This is the loftiest soil I have is the wooden bed, so the root vegetables go in there. And that little piece right there that didn't have garlic in it will be onion. And then these pouches here, I'll put some turnips in there, 1 per each. I think that would be a good size. And some micro tomatoes as well. And then some overflow, like if I have too many peppers or something. And over here, see this right here? This will consist of 28 grow bags. Whenever I move the grow bags back in their spot, there's 28 spots. And I have like 26 or something medicinals. So this is going to be the medicinal area that we're going to delve into this year. And pole beans as usual on the trellises here. And I'll put a cabbage here and here and some borage because not all those grow bags need to have pole beans in them. That'd be too much. Green stalks here. The top will be bush beans. Bending over for that long and doing all this and searching. My back, it hurts my back. So I need my bush beans to be just the top 3 here on both of them. I got to clean this out. Look at that. Anywho, moving on. Peppers. This whole bed will be peppers. And the bottom of the green stalks will be overflow. And then nasturtiums if I can fit them. This will be pretty sweet peas. Like they're blue flowers that you can put in a drink, make your drink turn blue. This will be 8 Roma tomatoes. We're going to cram 4 on each side, so 4 by 2. These will all be snap peas in these grow bags with the trellises. Cilantro. This is where we are right now. Celery. I'm going to move this spearmint, and then chive will stay there. And let's just keep going. So we're going to put 2 grow bags here. I ordered a pack of 12. Eggplant here and here. Sweet potato in here. Laundry basket of strawberries is going to stay. Strawberries, sweet potato. This is going to be borage. Just bring pollinators to every part of the garden. Borage is really good at that. Celery, pole bean, cabbage. Strawberries here. I still have not decided what to do with this because the pouches are so small that they dry out so fast that it's going to have to be watered several times a day, but it's not on its own watering system. So kind of creates a problem. So I just, if y'all have any ideas or suggestions for this, let me know. They're 4-inch pockets, 4-inch deep, 4-inch wide. They look bigger than that, don't they? They look 6-inch, don't they? They don't hold on to their moisture very well. Sweet potato, we're right here, sweet potato. These 4 bags will be cucumber, vining cucumbers. We'll do bush cucumbers over there. That's the pumpkin patch. And then I'll do some Malabar spinach in this little container. I have 2 currant bushes that have been here for several years and have never done anything. They have buds, but they don't do nothing. Catnip will stay there. Now this bed. So last year I planted tomatoes on the outside and attached them to the cattle kennel, which worked great, but they came out to here and made it hard to walk in some spots. So my thought was, why don't we, it actually gives me less space to plant tomatoes, which is sad, but plant the tomatoes on the inside of the cattle kennel and come around this way, weave them through, and I can harvest from both sides anyways. And then our culinary herbs, so medicinal herbs are over there, and our culinary herbs are going to be boom, 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 all the way around to there. What do you think? We're going to try it this year and see what I like better. We're going to dig up the echinacea and move it or use it, and then dig up those onions back there. The mint, we're going to move the mint over here, and we're going to let all of this be mint. And, besides space for the tomatoes to be right over there. And then we'll do stevia, chamomile, and blue spice basil. So this is going to be the tea area. So 3 kinds of mint, chamomile, a blue spice basil, and a stevia. And so there we go. Tomatoes, herbs, and tea. I think that about covers it. I haven't decided how many of what. These are all going to be direct sown, but I haven't decided which bag's going to be what and all that. I haven't filled up the bags I just bought. So that's just going to be in the moment when we're direct sowing, kind of get a feel for it kind of thing. And here's the compost bin. I need to smash it down. And there's our babies. Okay, let's finish up the last part of the plan. Okay, so here we are. This is my work calendar. I just folded it over to protect the location of my work. I'm a contractor, so I work somewhere different every day. Okay, so the plant out day, the last frost day for me is this day here. And I'm gonna wait a week or 6 days or so before I plant stuff out, just to be safe. So I am scheduling in my calendar Sunday and Monday to be my plant out days. This is gonna be my direct sow day and my transplant day. And that's everything we plan on doing on this day. And then we're gonna wait to direct sow all these things until this day, and this is May. So I counted back from planting day by weeks. I did not count back by last frost date. I counted back by the planting date. So this is 1 week from planting day, 2 weeks from planting, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's how I scheduled when I was going to start my seeds. So in the February, which you can't, in February is where we did the onions and shallots and leeks. So at the 9 weeks from planting day mark, we're going to do all these. I'm not sure if you can see it. Geranium, dusty mellow, parsley, oregano, lavender, thyme, lemon mint, rosemary, celery, peppers, cabbage, tomatillo, ashwagandha, eggplant, lemon mint, marjoram, lemon balm, hyssop, echinacea, mugwort, wild bergamot. The 7 weeks away mark, we're going to start sage, stevia, daisy, chamomile, petunia, lovage, wormwood, feverfew, valerian, tarragon, snapdragon, savory, all our tomatoes, St. John's wort, that flower I can't pronounce, African daisy, elecampane, cosmos, alyssum, and marshmallow. And then 5 weeks away from planting day, which is 4 weeks from our last frost date, we're going to direct sow carrots, peas, beets, turnips, and radishes. And inside we will start marigold, basil, zinnia, William something flowers, and morning glory. And then we get to 4 weeks from planting day, which is 3 weeks from our last frost. We're going to plant out our onions, leeks, shallots, and our hardy herbs. The herbs that'll be perennials, basically. And we will direct sow our salad greens, and the salad greens are going to go in the little greenhouse here in containers. We have white butterflies real bad here. And then at the 3 week mark from planting day, which is 2 weeks from our last frost, we're going to plant out all of the flowers that we winter sowed in the cupcake containers that was in a previous video. Cupcake container and a vinegar container. And I want to do a few more in some more vinegar containers or whatever I have. And we're going to plant out our cabbage and direct sow our dill. And that's the plan. So that's how I did it. Yes, there's an app, I think it's like called the Planter app, that figures this all out for you. Did I read all stuff? No, it's fine. That figures all this out for you, but you can't design your space the way mine is. Mine is not your typical like shape or size or anything, and I have grow bags everywhere. So it's the Planter app will tell me when I need to start things, but it's not going to help me with designing and organizing. So this is why I do it this way and have this visual this way. And I wrote everything in pencil. So makes it easy. Sorry, Tater is barking. She needs to be quiet. Anywho, so thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you next time. Feel free to like and subscribe. And I hope this helped you out. And we'll see you later. And if you have any questions about any of this, feel free to comment, and I will try to help you out with whatever I can.